What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 8:20 a.m. Beautiful Monday morning, October the 14th, 2024, year of our Lord. When I say beautiful, man, it really is. Give me just a second. Wipe that camera off. Had some dust on there, man. But yeah, man, it really is a beautiful morning. It's a little warmer than what I would like for it to be this time of year. It's 67, which that's not warm. That's a good day. But we're supposed to get up to 80 degrees today, and after that, man, we've got 2 days of mid-70s and then 2 days of the highs being in the mid-60s. Man, I'm looking forward to that. I really am. But I've got quite a bit on the list today, guys. I've only got 9 properties, but the 9 properties that I have, they're all mulching leaves, and I don't mind mulching leaves. I mean, it's a dirty job, don't get me wrong, but I don't mind it. But it does take a little bit longer than it does for me to mow grass. And so the grass is done. I mean, there is no grass growing in my area other than weeds and bahia. You know that bahia, it grows for a little while longer than Bermuda. But the grass is basically done. I mean, it's not completely done until the first frost, which will probably be sometime next month or either the end of this month. But it's not growing right now, and if it is, it's growing extremely slow. So the only thing I'm really doing right now for the next 2 weeks is mulching up leaves and taking care of my year-round customers. And then after November, after Thanksgiving, man, I won't be doing anything but taking care of year-round customers. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. Things slowing down, and I could use a break, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I know a lot of you guys hate it this time of year, but you know, this time of year, man, it comes every single year. You've got to prepare for it, and if you do it right, man, you actually get to a point where you look forward to this time of year, where you can just sit back and chill and let the good times roll, man, and enjoy some of those funds that you've raked in over the summer. But anyway, guys, I want to holler at y'all for a second about taking care of your hands and your feet. And I say that because, you know, 2 weeks ago, this past Friday, we had a hurricane hit our area, which is very, very abnormal. That never happens here, but a lot of debris on the ground and a lot of trees down and things like that. And we actually had to go cut my brother-in-law out of his house, and he had to cut some trees off of his car. Well, I broke a chainsaw while I was doing it. The little guard that you flip up and down to get the chains to move, it broke down inside the housing, and my dealership is so backed up right now, man. It is so backed up. I thought they wasn't going to be. They said they wasn't backed up Thursday night when I talked to them. Got there Friday morning to hand it over to them. Man, they had a line out the door, and of course they didn't have any chains or anything like that. So I don't know how long it's going to be before I can get my chainsaw fixed, because I just don't have time to sit there and wait an hour or two in line. And that's the only dealership around here that deals with steel products. But anyway, that's a rabbit trail I shouldn't have even took. Doesn't even matter. But anyway, man, lifting logs up and stuff like that, I cut my middle finger open on my right hand. My birdie finger, I guess you would say it. But I cut my middle finger over on my right hand, and on the side of it next to my ring finger. And it hurt, but it wasn't like, oh man, that hurts, I need to do something about this. No, it wasn't like that. And you know how it is, guys. I mean, you cut your hands, and you cut your hands, you scratch your hands, you get splinters, you get scars. I mean, that's just how it is when you're a dude. I'm assuming a lot of women are like that too, but I mean, you cut your hands up. I mean, when you use your hands every day, you're going to get injuries on your hands. But I cut my finger open that day and just wiped the blood off and kept on going, you know, didn't think nothing of it. And the same day, I got what I thought was a splinter in my thumb. I've got splinters in every finger on my hand and all over my hands. Those splinters, man, they get up underneath the callus, and they're very hard to get out. And it's really, in my opinion, I mean, some of you may be different, but in my opinion, it's not even worth fooling with. So Because I mean, after a few minutes, you know, you really don't even feel that splinter anymore anyway, especially when it's under the callus. But anyway, I noticed over the past 5 days that my hands got my entire right hand, it got to a point where it would hurt when I make a fist or when I grip something. It would just hurt. Like, what the hell? And at first, it wasn't that it was hurting. It was just extremely uncomfortable. I figured maybe it was arthritis or something. But at the same time, I'm only 40 years old, man. I shouldn't be getting arthritis already. Well, over the next 3 or 4 days, man, it just started getting to a point where it was hurting. It was unbearable. And I was like, man, what the hell is going on with my hand? And Saturday, I woke up Saturday, and my middle finger and my thumb were swole up. And about midways up my middle finger, it was blue. The entire thing, about midways up, was blue. I mean, all the way around, all the way to the tip was blue. And I was like, that don't look good. What's going on here? And then I tried to make a fist, and that was it. It busted the skin open on the side of my finger, and this clear and white pus started leaking out, and it started bleeding as well, and that hurt. That hurt for real. And so I told my wife, I said, man, I got something going on with my hand. And she said, let me see it. And she saw it, and she said, oh my God. She said, Matthew, you need stitches. You should have got stitches. When did you do that? I said, I did it when I was cutting the tree off of your brother's house and moving logs and stuff. And she said, and you've left it like this the whole time? I said, well, I mean, I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just a scratch or a little small cut. And I said, it didn't really hurt that bad at the time. And she said, oh my goodness. And she looked at it, shined a light on it and everything, and it's a pretty deep cut. And well, she jumped my tail for not going to the doctor, or at least keeping it clean with alcohol and stuff like that. And she jumped my tail for it for not having stitches. She said, you need stitches on that. I told her, I said, I'm not going to the doctor. I said, for one, I ain't got time for it. And for two, doctors are stupid, man. They're just like mechanics. They ain't never got no good news. It's always bad news. So I ain't going to no doctor. And plus, that's just money that we don't need to spend. It's right here at the end of the year. And she said, well, go get the peroxide, the alcohol, the Neosporin, and a Band-Aid. So I said, all right. Got all that, and she cleaned it out and put Neosporin on it and wrapped it up. That was Saturday. Saturday night. Or no, Saturday morning. And while she was doing that, she noticed my thumb was swole up too. And she said, what's going on with your thumb? I said, I don't know. And what do you mean? And she looked at it and showed me. She said, look, it's swole up too, right down the side. And she said, it's starting to turn blue as well. And I looked at it. I said, oh, I got a splinter right there the same day. I said, it ain't no big deal, though. And she said, it is a big deal. She said, look at it. Your finger is blue. So she got a little small X-Acto knife out and cut it open right there and pulled what I thought was a splinter. It was not a splinter. It was a metal shaving. That thing was shining like new money when she pulled it out. And it was fairly big. It was probably about 1/8 of an inch long. And she pulled it out, and when she did, it just started, it started gushing that clear pus and blood right behind it. And so she cleaned it out and wrapped it up with a Band-Aid. And man, she jumped my tail. And, you know, I'll start keeping my stuff clean from now on, man, because your hands are important. Your feet are important, you know, especially your feet, dude. Your feet are very important. You know, you cut your wheels out, you're demobilized when you mess your wheels up. So take care of your feet, definitely. And most of us dudes, especially landscapers and guys that work with their hands, man, our hands are money makers. So take care of your hands, guys. If you get a cut or a scratch or something like that, you know, I don't wear gloves. If you're like me and don't wear gloves, take care of your stuff, man. Take care of your hands. If you get a scratch or a cut or something like that, clean that thing out, man. You ain't necessarily got to cover it up, but clean it out. Just keep it clean and keep an eye on it. And it could have been bad, man. It could have, it's better now. It's clearing up. I mean, But it could have been a lot worse, man. I mean, this thing could have gotten gangrene, and I had to get my doggone finger cut off, man, and then be walking around looking like Frankenstein. But yeah, take care of yourself, guys. Take care of your hands. Take care of your feet, and that way you can get out there and make plenty of money. You can get out there and keep gutting that grass and keep making that money, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. I did, man. Me and Mama Tank went and played golf yesterday, and I'm going to tell you right now, that was the worst round of golf I have ever shot in my entire life, man. I shot a 118. A 118. My very first round of golf was a 116. And to shoot a 118, guys, I haven't played in about 2 months. And, you know, I consistently shoot in the low 90s and high 80s, man. But yesterday, man, my short game is normally on point. My irons and my short game is normally on point. And, you know, driving, teeing off the tee box, you know, you usually can't complain about that. But it's normally my putting that's atrocious. Well, man, yesterday, everything was just terrible. Everything was terrible except for my, you know, 100 yards and out, you know, off the tee box and fairway irons, you know, long irons. But it was just bad. But anyway, did all that, man. I need to get back in the backyard and hit balls into the net and go to the driving range a little more. But I got to get back in the swing of it, man, because it's that time of year where I'm fixing to have nothing but time on my hands, and I'm going to be playing some golf. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all had an amazing weekend. We back at it now, back to reality in the real world. And, man, I hope y'all have an amazing week, man. I hope y'all get out there and kill it. And all you weekend warriors out there, man, I hope y'all got out there and absolutely crushed it this weekend. I hope y'all are very prosperous, man. I really do. But look here, man, I'm going to hop off here. I just got to my first one. And it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. He slowed down after the end of September. Or, I'm sorry. He slowed down after September. He got his grass cut one in September and once in October. And he'll probably get it cut one more time after this. This is the guy that built my website for me. And, so he'll probably get 2 more cuts altogether, and then he'll be done for the year. But, yeah, man, got a day ahead of me. So I'm going to hop off here, and I'll cut y'all back on the next one, man. But until then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.